Propaganda is to a democracy what the bludgeon is to a totalitarian state. The smart way to keep people passive and obedient is to strictly limit the spectrum of acceptable opinion, but allow very lively debate within that spectrum. The general population doesn't know what's happening, and it doesn't even know that it doesn't know. Optimism is a strategy for making a better future, because unless you believe that the future can be better, you are unlikely to step up and take responsibility for making it so. The principle that human nature, in its psychological aspects, is nothing more than a product of history and given social relations removes all barriers to coercion and manipulation by the powerful. It is only through the principle of free thought and free expression that we can hope to expose and ultimately eliminate the vast lies that constitute a central feature of our social structure. Education is a system of imposed ignorance. The more you can increase fear of drugs and crime, welfare mothers, immigrants, and aliens, the more you control all the people. The major advances in civilization are processes that all but wreck the societies in which they occur. The major advances in civilization are processes that all but wreck the societies in which they occur. If you assume that there's no hope, you guarantee that there will be no hope. If you assume that there is an instinct for freedom, there are opportunities to change things. One of the ways you keep people from seeing what's going on is to provide them with a highly constrained conceptual framework. There are two problems for our species' survival: nuclear war and environmental catastrophe, and we're hurtling towards them. Citizens of the democratic societies should undertake a course of intellectual self-defense to protect themselves from manipulation and control. The more you can increase surveillance, the more you can decrease crime, if you can call it that, and in fact control people's behavior. The idea is to create systems of power that are efficient and cost-effective, and that means selling them ideologies about freedom and democracy. I think it only makes sense to seek out and identify structures of authority, hierarchy, and domination in every aspect of life, and to challenge them. We shouldn't be looking for heroes. We should be looking for good ideas. Resistance is feasible even for those who are not heroes by nature, and it is an obligation, I believe, for those who fear the consequences and detest the reality of the attempt to impose American hegemony. We must recognize that we can't solve our problems now until there is a radical redistribution of economic and political power. Language is a process of free creation. Its laws and principles are fixed, but the manner in which the principles of generation are used is free and infinitely varied. The United States is unusual among the industrial democracies in the rigidity of the system of ideological control. There is no more reason to believe that they have the right to dominate others than that any other arbitrary group does. You never need an argument against the use of violence. You need an argument for it.